Hi everyone, good morning. Kristen, thank you so much for joining me today with the Pretty Coffee with Kristen show. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching live, and thank you so much for those of you that are watching on the replay. What I'm talking about today is sometimes we just need to unplug. We just have to unplug. And I did that this weekend. That's exactly what I did this weekend. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristen Schmidt. I wrote a book called Bring Pretty Back, and what I write about in the book is ways I lost my pretty, and what I write about is ways I brought it back. I do that every single day, and what I'm working on with my life and what I'm sharing with you is ways to create a pretty life. That's what this is about, is creating a pretty life. And I thank you for taking the time to be here. What I did this weekend, I had to unplug. I had to just shut it down. I have been on such, my mind has just been going with trying to figure things out, with ways to create a pretty life, ways to share with you ways to create a pretty life. And I have been watching scopes, learning, writing. I've been writing blog posts, and I'm going to be in a book this fall in a collaboration. I was writing on that. So I've just been writing and doing all these kinds of things. And finally, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate them so much. And I just really needed an absolute break. So that's what I did this weekend. I unplugged. I unplugged everything from my computer to my blow dryer. I didn't even blow dry my hair once this entire weekend. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I stayed the entire day in my pajamas. It was a pajama day. It was amazing. It felt so fantastic. And I encourage you to do the same thing when you feel as though you are just overwhelmed, and sometimes you just need an absolute mental break. Thank you, Christy. XO, back to you. You just need a mental break. So I was able to do that this weekend. The entire weekend, I was able to do that. And I know for those of you saying, come on, Kristen, I can't do that. I have got this, and this. I have children. I have all of these things. I get it. I completely understand it, because let me tell you, I'm 46. I was able to do that this weekend, but there was a time I couldn't always do that. I had 3 little boys. I have 3 sons. I had 3 little boys. I had all of my sons by the time I was 24. So I know what it's like to have children and obligations and things that sometimes you can't do that. I get that. I understand that. If you can, I encourage it. If you can't, I understand it. But do something to unplug and unwind and treat yourself well. Even if it's one thing I did when my boys were little it was a bubble bath for me. It didn't matter if I got in the bubble bath at 1 in the morning. That's what I had to do to unwind, unplug, and just do things for myself. That's what I did. And that's all I could do at the time, was take a bubble bath. The rest of the time, I was busy and I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. But this weekend, I did things. I watched cheesy Hallmark movies in my pajamas on the couch. And I did things. I organized like piles of papers. And while I was watching the movies, I went through the piles of papers and threw things away that probably out of 100 things I saved, I probably kept 2, threw the rest away. So you could do things like that. I actually cooked a meal yesterday, and I've been throwing stuff on the grill and like throwing a potato in a pot and calling it a day really haven't been into making anything in the house. So I made a meal. I washed the sheets. I did things like that. They were just really like little puttery things, but none of it had to do with social media or online or anything to do with my business. I really took a break. So I encourage you to do that the same, and do whatever it is that makes you feel as though you're connected back to you. It's good for you, it's good for your soul, and it's good for the people around you. It's not a selfish thing to take a few minutes, or in my case, a few days, to really, really work on yourself and get clear, get quiet. And I really did. I got some clarity this weekend, getting quiet and unplugging. I was able to go ahead and get my thoughts together, because sometimes we kind of think things through, and it's kind of like the same things we think about. So stepping away from it gave me a better perspective coming back on Monday. And that's what this week is going to be about on the Pretty Coffee with Kristen show. we are going to be talking about ways to unplug. So I appreciate you taking the time to be with me today. It means so much to me, and I hope that you go do something today to unplug for you. Also, go out, make someone feel pretty today. Do it for them, do it for you. We're all in this together. Go out, create a pretty life for yourself, and pay pretty forward. Thank you so much. My name is Kristen Schmidt. You can find me at bringprettyback.com. I appreciate you being with me today. Go out, have a pretty day.